Hello, hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. So I want us to start off with what somebody asked us yesterday. We had USD card on request, and I mentioned that the price was supposed to pull back up to this point here, around 1.25022, this level here. Unfortunately, the price could not reach there. Instead, the price just continued downwards. As we're speaking now, you can see that the price is still somehow to the lower side. So as it is now, we don't expect price to come back up to this point. We don't expect price to come back up to around 1.25186. Instead, we want price to retrace back up to this level here. So this should be the correct place where if the price, the current candle or the next few candles, if they can push back up to this point, 1.22711, then this should be the correct place where we want to look for a sell from. So the idea is to have your pending sell limit from around this point, 1.22711, have your stop loss above this level, and then have your take profit. Have your take profit here. So this level also is a very good support. This is a very good weekly support where we want to take profits from. So if the price can pull back up to the previous day's candle, I mean the opening of the previous day's candle, then that will give us a correct place to look for a sell from. So hi Nick, it's okay. If you want me to look at any other chart other than the ones I'm looking at, please just let me know. I'll look at them individually. The other chart which we looked at yesterday is this one. We did look at gold. Remember yesterday we actually had a sell on gold. We were looking for a sell. Let's see what happened. If the price went above our level or it's still within our seller's place. Okay, this was a clear breakout. So look at how perfect this was. We had a very good resistance level here. This is from 21st of April. We had a resistance. We had a resistance. There was a similar resistance here, here. And then yesterday we were looking for a sell at this point. Our stop loss was fixed above this level. If you took this sell with me yesterday, you actually were stopped out because the price rallied upwards, didn't even pull back as we thought. So this is still upwards. I don't recommend a sell anymore on this chart. Instead, I want to see buy positions, especially around this point. So we want that if the price can pull back up to where this is struggling, then this will be the correct place where we want to look for a buy from. This is the first place we want to look for a buy from. The next place we want to look for a buy from is within 1796.30 and 1794.84. These are the places where we want price to get to. Either we buy it from this point or we wait and buy from this point. The next symbol, we also looked at Euro USD. So this chart so far, the daily chart doesn't look, I mean the 1 hour chart doesn't look very good, but the daily chart looks a bit promising. We may likely see sellers come in on this chart. We had a trend line here, like this. So we had a resistance here. The price went down. It came back, almost touching the same trend line. Could not touch it. It went down, then it came back and touched it the third time. Went down. So we want that the price should again touch it for the third time. If this happens, then this will be the correct place to look for a sell from. So we want to sell it here, and then we also want to pick a sell from this point. We'll sell it there. We'll also wait and sell it below 1.19731. If you sell it there, expect a move up to this point. When the price goes below, then expect a sell when the price pulls back to the same place. So these are some of the best places we actually want to look for a sell from. So it's preferable when you're selling, the moving average should be above where price is. So if the current moving average should go up and the price slides below it, then this will be an ideal place to look for a sell from. The other chart which we looked at yesterday is GBP USD. So on this chart, technically we are in a range. There's no clear direction on this chart. I'm going to explain what I'm saying now. Okay, look at it from this point, from around, this was February this year, the beginning of February. Nothing much has happened. The price is neither down or upwards. We are somehow consolidating. It's like for an entire month, we only had, how many pips? We had around 136 pips change in price. So this is a sign that we are still consolidating, and we'd like to see price either break above this level or break below this point. We either watch for price above 1.39940 or we watch for price below 1.36846. So if the price gets to this point, this will be a good place to sell from, and if the price gets to this point, the lower trend line, then this will be a good place to look for a buy from. If the price breaks beyond any of these levels, that is, if the price goes above this point, that will mean we are upwards, and if the price breaks below the lower line, then that will mean we are now heading to the lower side. So that's my opinion on this chart. It's both sides. Then the next symbol is USDJPY. So expect a sell on this chart. I'm going to explain why I say you should expect a sell on this chart. The first thing we are seeing, look at the previous day's candle. This is a very good bearish pin bar candle. And then we have, this is a bearish pin bar candle. The price consolidated. Then the previous day's candle, which is this, is actually also bearish. So this is a pin bar, this is a pin bar. All of them mean the same thing, that the price may continue down at least up to this point. So if you're on this chart now, look for sell positions, look for more sell positions, expect price to at least close below the previous day's opening price. If you're on this chart, as we're saying now, then you should be looking for sell positions. Okay, so Nick, Rengo, we are welcome. Let me look at Dow and Nasdaq first so that I look at the other one, AUD, USD, and GBP, JPY. Look at that, Dow Jones. So even before I look at this chart has been very much upwards. Dow has been very much to the upper side. I won't recommend a sell on this chart anyhow. This is still upwards. The previous day's candle, if you can see clearly, it actually closed above a very good resistance level. So look at it like this. Look at this. This is the highest high we've seen in the recent past. This is the high we had last month. You can see a breakout. As we are speaking now, this is still upwards. So if you want to trade this correctly, then you need to keep looking for buy positions, especially if the price can pull back up to around 34,182. If the price comes back up to this level, then this is going to give us the correct place where we want to look for a buy from. So just wait for a pullback, or you could have a pending buy limit here, have your stop loss below this level, below this point here, have your stop loss around 33.59, and then the take profit will be determined in the future, because there's no other level above where the price is now. So Dow is upwards. Wait for pullbacks, wait for signs that we are continuing upwards. You may also want to wait for pin bars that are pointing upwards, or engulfing candles which are pointing upwards, so that you can pick buy positions. The other chart is Nasdaq. Have it here. So Nasdaq is also upwards. Don't get confused that this is bearish. This is not bearish. This is just a pullback. The move which we are seeing here is still a pullback. So if I was to trade this chart, I want to see price either break beyond this resistance level, 14,040.8. We want to see the price break above this point, or it should retrace back and touch this moving average. So this moving averages is just 200 period moving average. There is nothing special to it. This is just 200 period simple moving average. So if the price can come back and touch it, then that will give us a correct place to buy from. The other place you may want to buy from is this point. This is a good support. This is a good support. Then you also have this here as a good support. Wait for price here, buy it here, or wait for price and buy it there, or wait for price to break beyond this level 14040 and then pick a buy position. The other symbol which there's a request is AUD/USD. So AUD/USD, if you're looking at AUD/USD, please trade it alongside NZD/USD, which means if you see a buy on AUD/USD, the same buy must be also there on NZD/USD. So we want to look at if these two charts and see what is the correlation. We have it here. So the first thing I say is we had a level which the price attempted to break beyond, but then it came back again and closed below it. That level is this. We have this level here. Look at how nice this was a resistance. This was from when? From 19th of January. This was a very good resistance level. We had a resistance. There was this breakout above. The price came back down. Then it came back again to the same place. So this is a good place to look for a sell from. The same place was being used. The same place was being used. And we expect the same place to be used again in the future. So if you want to trade this chart correctly, look for a sell, especially when the price gets to this point, 0.78051. So this is what we want to happen. We just want price to attempt getting back to this point. Somebody may say that since the previous day was a pin bar, this candle here, it looks like a pin bar, but not exactly a pin bar. What it means is that the price may likely continue upwards. So if that happens, then this is the correct place we want to look for a sell from. This is the correct place we want to look for a sell from. So simply watch for price around this point. If the price goes above it, then the next level is this. This is the next level where the price may likely go up to. On the lower side, we do have this. So we either wait and sell it there, wait and sell it there, or wait and buy it from the lower one, 0.75943. Then let's see if the same thing which is happening on AUD/USD is the same thing which is happening on NZD/USD. Have it here. So look at the appearance. You may not see this clearly if you're not careful. Look at how perfect they look. Both of them are just the same thing. They're saying the same thing. We have a sell here on AUD/USD. If you look at NZD/USD, we should have a sell around the same place. Yes, it looks like a head and shoulder. That's correct. It looks like a valid head and shoulder formation. So let's see if that is true. If whatever I'm saying is true. If you want to know if this is head and shoulders, first of all, watch for this move up and then a pullback, then the other one like this, and then we have another one down, then we have this move to the upper side. So this may not necessarily be a perfect head and shoulder formation because the neckline has been violated. We had this should be the correct place where the neckline should be at. So there is this candle which broke below, it came back. So this is still a good place to look for a sell from. So Nick, whatever you're saying is correct. This is as a place you may want to sell from. If you check AUD/USD, it's still the same thing. Actually, this has the best neckline because if you draw it like this, if you pick this low like this, and then you draw it like that, then this is upwards. I have this here, then the price is upwards. So with this, we do expect price to move down like that, then pull back up to around the same place before the price can continue much lower. So this will give us the correct place we want to sell from. This will be the ideal place where we want to sell from here. If you sell it there, then the distance for take profit should be at this point here. This is the exact distance, the distance between the neckline and the head. That should be where the take profit should be fixed at, which is somewhere here. Yes, so this is correct. Whatever you're saying is correct. This is a possible head and shoulder formation. And the best place to sell it from is actually below the neckline. You may also sell it there. If you successfully sell it here, then also wait and sell NZD/USD around the same place, because the two are moving in the same direction. The other chart which I want us to look at, I hope that is clear, Nick. That should be clear as at now. I'll look at the other chart, which is SP500. So SP500 is also upwards. These charts I don't recommend a sell. Dow, Nasdaq, and SP500, I don't recommend any sell positions on any of these symbols. Instead, I want to see more buy orders. Like in this case, I want to see a break beyond 4214.9. I want to see price break above this point, pull back, and then continue to the upper side. So that's what I'm waiting for on SP500. A breakout, a break above, a pullback, and then a continuation to the upper side. The other symbol which I want us to look at is Brent oil. So Brent oil, so far, we do have a very good resistance level. The price has not reached it yet. We have a resistance level here. We have a very good resistance level at this point. What we want to happen is we want price to clearly break beyond it. If the price can go above that trend line, then that will give us the ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. So this looks like some triangular formation. Not a perfect one though, but it looks like the price has entered into some triangular formation, which means should the price break below the trend line which we have at the bottom, should the price break below this one, we want to see some minor pullback before we see a continuation to the lower side like this. And that would mean we have our target there. We have another target here. These are the places where if the price should go below this trend line, we want to see this pullback before we can continue down with our target at this point, 60.560, and the next target is at 50.491. And in case the price rises beyond 69.84, which is highly likely, then we want some pullback. So if the price should break above these two lines, then we want to see just some pullback before the price can continue to the upper side. This is what may likely happen, which means we are going to look for a buy position here and a sell position here. So I hope this answers everything. If you have any other questions other than the charts which you've mentioned so far we've looked at all the charts which you've requested. We've looked at Dow, we've looked at NASQ, that is Nasdaq. We've looked at AUD/USD, we've looked at GBP/USD, and then we've confirmed that on AUD/USD there is a possible head and shoulder formation. We've also looked at how you can pick that trade. Then I've mentioned, if you can remember, that if you're looking at a sell on AUD/USD, please look at the same sell on NZD/USD because the two symbols move almost in the same direction. So it's better to sell the two because they are positively correlated. Sell the two at the same time, have a very good stop loss, and also have a very good take profit. So the take profit is not placed randomly, but it should be the same size as the tip of the head and the neckline. So the distance between this and this is what we put as the take profit. So thank you very much. I'm really grateful you guys tuned in for this. So we meet again next week on Monday. Thank you.